like I said, it happens, and hopefully some kids can learn from it, but just don't get caught.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. I just got to say something real quick. I
I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Woo!
Slam through. And Taylor.
What's the difference between me and you? I went over to our Shopify and bought some shirts. So you can do that. Link in bio, Twitter bio.
Link in the Twitter bio. Go check out our shirts that we have, Down to Dunk shirts. We've seen some people buying them, wearing them.
Oh, they've been buying them. They've been wearing them. It's been a hot world.
I saw one of the Rumble shirts out in the wild on Wednesday.
Did you really?
I did.
Wild Rumble.
Did they recognize you?
They did. Yep.
Did they
Was
say
it a friend?
through?
It's a friend of mine.
Oh, okay. That's
well,
not
that's
quite.
not
That's not in the
wild.
wild.
You didn't have to ask so many
That's
questions.
the zoo.
I'm just gonna say. It's
You
like,
didn't have to ask so many questions.
I ran into this person at my house that was wearing a Down the Dunk shirt.
They knew they were going to see me.
You don't ask so many questions next week.
Well, I'm
whenever we-
sorry. Yeah.
We try to do
Oh
this.
wow, they must be really prevalent.
Everybody's got them.
No, everybody has one. I see them everywhere in the wild when I'm with people that I'm forced to buy shirts.
And Jay.
It's Jay.
Well, guys, no L man. Sad day.
Oh.
Don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's going to the lake. I don't know.
He didn't say. He just said he
I
couldn't
just
go.
hope it's not another one of those he disappears for 3 months kind of thing.
No. He's back in. We've reeled him back in. At
Man,
least
he's
for
been
now.
great, man. It makes us better.
That, speaking of seeing things in the wild, that period is when I would just see Luke in the wild.
Really?
Yeah, I ran into him like twice. That was the only time I saw. I'd
Was
be
it
like,
awkward?
Dude, come, no. I mean, one time we were at Empire,
Yeah.
and he was there eating, and that's when I tried to convince him to come back, and then he said, "I'll think about it." And he was eating a salad.
That Empire?
Yeah.
Was that a pre-meal salad probably?
Yeah, it was probably in addition to some pasta.
Dude, Empire. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Hey, man, can I give a shout out
to the Boomers?
to to Australia? But before I do
To the
that, if you're in
generation?
Edmond and you haven't gone to the Lookout at Kicking Bird,
It's really good.
you went the other day for breakfast.
I did.
But it's on Danforth and Bryant in the old Kicking Bird Golf Course clubhouse. But man,
It's new.
those are our people.
It's the new Kicking Bird Clubhouse.
It's awesome.
It's really good.
We might do
dude.
some events there.
They have an event room.
Yeah.
you
We could
been?
do like a live basketball night watch party.
We could
Golf.
We could golf.
We could golf.
Are y'all golfers?
Dude, I'm swinging the putts.
I'm
Swinging the
them
putts.
I don't golf. I have officially stopped trying to pretend that I would ever want to golf.
God, isn't that such a fun sport to think about being good at? Though?
No,
I
would
still
love
want
to
to.
be
I
good
still
at it.
want to do it.
no.
You can do it.
That's not me.
I still want to do it. So Australia beat Finland. Oh, it's breakfast. Go for the breakfast burrito. It was unbelievable.
Dude, I did the burger, man. At night.
At night.
At night. Set the bar.
I need to go at night.
I need to go in the morning.
You should. We should flip flop.
So the Boomers.
So the Boomers just pummeled the what are the finish?
Yeah, I think that's right.
And it was a close game though. They were down at half and looked terrible, the Boomers. And then I don't know what halftime speech was given, but some
They just
kind
said,
of halftime
Boomer Sooner.
and they just pummeled them. In the second half.
I must admit, I didn't realize that FIBA was starting this morning,
Oh, really?
but it's good to know. So I was sitting in the driveway about to walk in for the podcast, and all of a sudden my FIBA stream just started filling with all of these tremendous highlights. Josh Giddey,
Your FIBA streamer?
the leader.
FIBA
That's pretty good. The leader of the Boomers. As
Yeah.
a 20-year-old.
Yeah. 14, 9, and 8.
Is there any part of you watching him play with Patty Mills that was
Patty Meals.
Meals.
What is going on?
Patty Mills?
Is any part of you eating a meal while you're
Patty.
watching?
Patty
Patty
Mills.
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 Patty Mills Is there any part of you watching them play together
What
that you're
in the
like, man, we
world?
could have probably just kept him and not gotten those 2 second-round picks?
Yeah, we could sit Shea and Dort and all those.
Come on. That's
Come
not the only
on.
option.
Hey, we still got Jack White out there. Josh had a pretty nice assist
Was that the
to Jack
this-
White.
super aggressive dunk? Was that
Yeah,
Jack
that was
White?
Jack White.
Golly,
Yeah.
man. If he
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do that, man, sign
Yep.
him up.
Well, God bless.
Yep. So they're the starting center for the Boomers. His name is Dupe Reith. Just a great name. I have no other commentary. Fine player. Also, Nick K, who is Nikki K's brother, is starting forward for them. Not really.
No.
Former friend of the pod.
Former friend of the pod. I guess current friend of the
Maybe.
pod.
I don't know. She moved away.
Former, former KFOR sports person.
God, the start of this podcast just feels only
Yeah,
awkward.
Just rambling.
We're just talking, man.
All right.
What else is there to talk about? This is my the anticipation that takes place in this moment in August for me is just palpable for sports.
Yeah.
Because we're actually week 0 is what they call it, and college football starts this weekend. Next weekend is everybody's back. NFL,
Dude,
college
do you know
football
how-
right on the horizon. And when they start, that means NBA is just a month and a half away.
Do you know how excited I was for Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime last night? I was it was 6, and I saw it was going to be on at 7. I watched the whole game.
A whole preseason game?
Yes, and
That's
it was
psycho
terrible.
behavior.
Wow. I did not do that.
I haven't watched a single preseason play.
But I
guess-
just want live sports.
I guess the Boomers were up 5 going into half, but they were down a lot. They played terrible in the first half. So that's good. Josh Giddey played well. It's cool to see Josh. I think this is going to be really good for Josh on both ends of the court, and he's going to be really ready to go, come training camp and preseason and the start of the season. Same for Shea and Dort. I mean, I think it's going to be really good for both of them. We get to see them play this morning, and it's going to, that's going to be a real game with Canada and France.
You've got real NBA players.
At 8:30 this morning. You can watch it on Courtside 1891 or ESPN Plus. I actually have a 10% off code for Courtside 1891 if you want one. So just send me a DM if you want one. If you don't have
Courtside
ESPN,
1891.
if you don't have ESPN Plus. So I think it's a European thing.
Oh,
So anyways, if you have interest in that, let me know. You cannot watch. There's certain games you can't watch, but you can definitely watch this one. So Canada versus France.
Do you know that Davis Bertans might have a brother named Darius?
He does. Yeah, it's his brother.
Have you seen a picture of Darius compared to Davis?
Yeah, they're a little different.
is he more handsome or less handsome?
More.
Oh, Jay.
No offense to Davis.
I mean, offense taken.
Offense taken.
But you think Darius is hot?
So I'm gonna pull this out. I'm not
That's
gonna.
Davis. All
Nobody
right.
needs to experience this but me. But we're just gonna look at these two guys side by side.
Oh my God, he looks like
That's Darius
Kinda looks-
Bertans.
Darius.
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 I don't know.
He looks like JJ Redick a little bit.
Yeah, good looking guy.
He's
Check
a
it
good
out.
looking guy. Way better looking than Davis. I'm with you now.
Yeah, Davis today, 10 points, 3 of 8 from the field. Can't wait. But the Latvians beat Lebanon by 39. So this is just group play. I say that and pretend that I know exactly what it means.
It's like a round robin.
I
They
mean-
play everybody. Whoever gets the most points, and the way they do points, if it's like soccer, is not like how many points you score, but wins or I guess it's
Ties.
just wins. There's no ties probably.
Guys,
And then the winners of the group play go into the second round, which is actually not a knockout round. I don't know what it is, but it's not. Maybe it's double elimination,
mhm.
and then it's knockouts. I listened to the whole Hoop Collective podcast on Summer League,
Nice. On Summer League?
on FIBA World Cup. They're flying
That's so good.
Windhorse. Windhorse is in Manila right now. I'm like, what are you doing? Why?
I think he loved it.
He was in Dubai with the team for a while, and now he's in Manila.
Yeah.
which apparently maybe it's the game that's happening later today between the Dominican Republic and the Philippines, but it's like the largest ever sports gathering that's ever existed in Philippines.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, bigger than the Thrilla in Manila.
What was that?
It's an old boxing match. Muhammad Ali.
Oh,
Was it Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier or George Foreman?
I don't know. There's a lot of basketball fans in the Philippines, though.
Apparently, it's like huge.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
have a lot of listeners from Philippines.
Yeah.
Miguel Davila.
Yep. Joe Varden from the Athletic is in Manila as well.
Did they ask you about going?
They tried to get me to go.
You said,
I'm just
"Nah,
kidding.
I'm not
no,
doing that."
no, they did not ask me to go to the Philippines. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. Miguel Davila says he has tickets to Egypt, Montenegro on Sunday.
Oh, very cool.
So if anybody's there and wants a ticket, I don't know how you'll get it, but it's available. Okay.
I think he was just saying he's going, or was he saying
No, he
they're
made him available.
He said,
Oh,
"Who
okay.
wants
Who
it?"
wants it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not that far.
Montenegro has isn't that where Vucevic plays?
Mm-hmm. Vooch. Yeah, they
Really?
beat Mexico by 20 today. So you should
Wow.
go check it out. But yeah, Canada, France is one that I'm looking forward to. As you're listening to this, you probably already know what happened. So that's great. Anything else going on? Did you see that Matt Moore dropped his rankings, his top 100 rankings?
Oh, is this
Here's
what
part-
Alex was referring to?
I guess so. I didn't know what Alex sent us a text that Matt Moore is like the most hated NBA person on the planet or something. And
It wasn't quite that, but it wasn't not that.
yeah, it was somewhere close to that.
Alex said he hates Matt Moore with a passion.
That's
With
what I
a fiery
heard.
passion. I think Matt Moore's a nice guy. So there were guess
Seemed convincing.
Yeah.
guess how many Thunder players were ranked in the top 100?
Okay.
3, 4.
4. Who
Yeah.
would it be?
J-Dub, Chet, Giddy, Shea.
So the answer is 2
Shea
In the
and-
top
in
100,
the top 100.
Shea and Giddy.
Mm-hmm. And so guess where they're ranked. Guess where Shea's
God.
ranked.
24.
He
Mm-mm.
should be top 20.
You saw how bad I was at this exact thing.
higher than that.
Yeah,
like,
he was top
Higher, bigger number, smaller number.
Oh,
Smaller
don't do
number.
that. Oh my god, that was the worst night of
You
my
have
life.
PTSD. Smaller number.
All right, let's go 18.
He's ranked 10th
Oh, okay.
on Matt Moore's list.
The way you're setting this up is I thought I was going to be mad. I don't actually,
You can feel however you want to feel. I'm not trying to make you feel.
I don't
any way.
know anything about where he should be ranked. Who is ranked above him or below him, dependent on how you're thinking of those rankings.
So let's see. So
Matt Moore's hardwood paroxysm, right?
Embiid is 9, Kevin Durant 8,
Fair,
Devin Booker
Fair.
7, Jimmy Butler 6,
fair,
Jason Tatum
fine.
5.
Fine.
Oh my gosh. Luca 4,
Fine.
Steph 3, Giannis 2,
Yeah.
Jokic 1.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Still pretty awesome to be.
So ranked after bigger numbers than Shea, Kawhi, LeBron, Dame, Anthony Davis, Donovan Mitchell, John Morant, Halliburton, Siakam, Fox, Brunson.
It feels pretty good.
Seems about right.
Who else is ranked?
Giddy.
Giddy is the only other one.
Did you already
ranked.
say that?
Yep.
I am so sorry.
Can you tell me?
Get out.
Can you tell me where he's ranked?
If you keep scrolling, I can.
I'm not going
I want to say, let's call it 56.
It's going in the 60s,
Nope.
70s.
Bigger number, smaller number.
Bigger number.
74.
78th.
Really?
78th.
All right, give me some players that will just piss me off.
So players that were ranked with smaller numbers.
Okay.
Which I-
Shorter?
which I think is how most people say that. Chris Paul, Jeremy Grant, MPJ, Emmanuel Quickley, Malcolm Brogdon, Wiggins, Marcus Smart, Kuzma. This is such a weird list.
Malcolm Brogdon?
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon. I don't understand that Tyrese Maxey's 69. I mean, nice, but like that seems low.
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes. Gobert is 67. Alex Caruso 66. What is this list?
What in the world?
This feels just like he put them in like a random order, like
Yeah.
randomizer. Like this doesn't make any sense. Hero 65. Tobias Harris is 64. Bradley Beal 63. DeJounte Murray. He's got Trey Murphy ranked over Evan Mobley and DeJounte Murray.
Walker Kessler ranked
got-
higher than both of them.
Trey Murphy.
It's got Walker Kessler at 59. Like, what is going on here? This feels like chaos.
Wow.
LaMelo Ball's 84.
Austin Reeves was above all of that, by the way.
Yeah, Austin Reeves is ranked like way above all these. I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's wild. All right.
He's
I
an agent
understand.
of chaos. This is why I hate him now too. This is
Nick Claxton at 51.
Nick Claxton at 51.
Oh,
What
my
is this?
Lord.
What is happening here? Paolo at 52, Franz Wagner at 50, Nick Vucevic at 49, Jared Allen, who had like arguably one of his worst seasons at 48.
Wait. Was Jared Allen ranked above
Yes,
Evan Mobley?
yeah.
Like quite a bit. above
What?
him. Julius Rand,
Cameron Johnson
Cam
at
Johnson
42.
At 42 that's an insane take. That's an absolutely.
This whole thing is an insane take. This is one insane take. It's not a collection.
Yeah, this is wild. This is wild. Porzingis at 28.
Wait, where's Banchero?
Banchero's like 52.
Okay, and J-Dub doesn't even make top 100.
He didn't make the top 100.
That's
Cade Cunningham,
ridiculous.
57.
The Walker Kessler hype, man.
It's out of control.
It's out of control.
It's way out of control. I mean, he's a nice rim protecting big that doesn't do anything offensively.
Right.
Like he just can't shoot, and he doesn't pass well. Like he's a good screener, can finish around the hoop, fine.
Do you think he forgot about J-Dub?
I mean, the guys that he ranked here at the end: Herb Jones, Kyle Anderson, Bruce Brown at 98, Norm Powell, Malik Monk, Markelle Fultz, Bobby Portis. What's going on here? D'Anthony Melton. I mean, D'Anthony Melton's a nice player, but J-Dub was a lot better than D'Anthony Melton last year.
As a rookie.
Yeah. Kevon Looney and Nyeka Kongwu, Steven Adams, Klay Thompson at 87. I mean, this is
Agent of Chaos, man.
this is clickbait.
But you know what?
I'm
Matt
closing-
Moore's going to treat it as if it's not.
I'm closing the browser. That's clickbait.
What's also good is that you just gave, 10 minutes so that others who will be listening to this will
don't
also...
don't go to it. I know it's probably too late, but don't go to the list. It's clickbait.
And he's going
It's
to
not
argue.
real.
And he is going to argue.
And he wants to argue. Don't talk to him on Twitter. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
I implore you to do nothing.
That's insane.
I
I think he made every single team.
I might delete this in post production. This entire segment.
Every team except Utah.
Like your
He's
F word,
upset.
like your F word on the Wednesday pod.
Oh my gosh, that was. Sometimes you just try it. You're just trying
That's
to do
why
too much.
it's worth subscribing on YouTube and watching.
Andrew says
Yeah.
the F word.
He says the F word.
I just scream it, and I couldn't help myself. No, I was trying to do too much all at once. I'm trying to do the podcast and like rip video from YouTube at the same time, and I'm not able to listen to it.
the worst cover of Rude.
The worst
right
cover of
into-
Rude ever. It was. I don't know what was going on.
Dude, that was podcast gold.
I have no idea what was going on there. Okay. Anything else FIBA related? Man, I like watching the FIBA tournament. I just hate acting like I care a lot about it.
I just want to watch basketball.
Yeah.
Did you see what Anthony Edwards said?
What'd he say?
Hit the Tayshons.
John's back toy bigger enough
Just
for me.
a little heads up next time.
Where is it? Well, I didn't know. This was a good time.
Toy bigger enough for me.
Hey, I'm Tayshawn. This is my victory dictory. Anthony Edwards admits he wasn't cool with Steve Kerr trying to bring him off the bench. A quote from Anthony Edwards. He said Dwayne Wade came off the bench when Kobe played. I was like, all right, we don't have a Kobe. This is Joe Varden reported this.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards is now denying that he said that.
Oh, he is.
Yes. He's saying, I didn't say anything about that. About Steve Kerr.
Where is this? Where is this said?
On Reddit, I saw it. Let me get to him denying it part.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I can't find I just saw it. I swear he's denying it. Here we go. He went on Instagram Live. Said,
Oh,
y'all
he did.
losers beat it. I ain't even say that comment to Steve Kerr. That's my dog. I hate y'all.
Seems aggressive.
So
Wow.
I mean, I think he probably did say that. And now
Why would he not want to say? Why would he? I mean, I guess he doesn't want to insult somebody, but like big facts that there's nobody even close to Kobe.
Yeah,
On this roster.
Lie, not one lie detected. But is he starting now?
Yeah. He's starting now.
What's the
Yeah.
point of this?
Well, Steve Kerr wanted him to come off the bench. And so he was arguing. And so he said this. So what I'm confused about is how is he coming out and just denying it now when he was quoted on saying that? So he's coming out and denying it. So did Joe Varden, did he not know that would be reported?
Joe probably got it from Steve.
Oh, that's probably right.
Yeah.
No, but that quote is from Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
if
thing.
Steve said to Joe,
He
yeah,
said
I tried to
this.
get Anthony to think
Yeah.
about coming off the bench, and then Anthony said, I don't think there's any Kobe's on this team.
Hmm.
Like Steve could have said that. The Spoelstra, I mean, I'm like, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Spoelstra made the comment that it's hard for him not to look at Anthony Edwards and see Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some high praise.
But do you see the mentality?
I remember being critical of kind of the hype train around Anthony Edwards going into the FIBA, this USA run, but I'm wrong. He's
he's
playing really well.
easily one of the top 3 talented guys on the team.
He's a really good player.
Maybe the most talented guy.
Yeah, just talent-wise could be. So anyway, do you guys
You'll
ever...
never realize it because he's in Minnesota, but
You might. I mean, they're making playoffs and stuff.
yeah,
I
man.
mean, they beat the Thunder.
They beat the Thunder. We saw it.
Dude, that doesn't count, man. We're barely even on our way up. They're on their way middle.
How many
of the
more
road
years till
forever.
we're on our way up?
Next year? I've already told you,
This
50
year.
wins.
All right. 50 wins.
We got Vincent Albay from the Philippines in the chat.
Wow.
Another fan from the Philippines.
Have you guys ever done or said something and then maybe it was a miscommunication, but you needed to deny it? So I have a story.
Let's hear it.
Look how big my nostrils are.
Yeah, they're big.
You see them?
Yeah.
All right. I can fit 9 to 10 quarters in my nose, both nostrils. If you don't believe me, I can show you sometime. I never
I'm
have
good.
change. I can do it though. I
never
promise.
have change.
I'll be right back.
I'm about to say, I'll go out to my car right now.
I really can. Sideways up there. So I've been able to do this since I was 15, probably. So I did it in class one time, and all the kids were gathered around. Wow, this is amazing. This is some amazing stuff. So I do it. Teacher comes in. What's all the hubbub about? I'm like, oh no, it's nothing. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. She says, come up here and show me. So I go up to her desk, put 9 quarters in my nose, and then take them out. And I'm taking them out, and like some of them are falling on the desk and stuff. She takes out a white slip, writes me a note to the principal's office. I'm like, what in the world? You know what she says on the principal's office? I put quarters up my nose and threw them at her. So I had to deny. That did not happen. I did not throw snotty quarters at her. So I had to deny this to the principal. It's very embarrassing. This whole thing is very embarrassing.
Who was the principal? Do you remember?
I can't remember. It was one of the dudes. I don't know. I can't remember his name. But I had to deny it. And so it was one of those things where I can understand why she would get mad about it. Snotty quarters fell on her desk. And I was being a tailor about it. So I was
Why
playing
did
it
she
up.
bring you up to the front?
Yeah, she just didn't
If
like
she didn't
me.
want you to show off,
Yeah.
just leave you in your seat.
She just wanted me to do it so she could write me up. So she set me up for sure.
Call her out.
Yeah, I called
What's her name?
No, I actually made her life a living hell for a whole semester, and I've seen her as an adult and had to go apologize to her.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's awfully awesome.
No,
man.
it was really bad.
I bet that happens a lot though to teachers. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Teachers who
Definitely.
just existing in the world, and then all of a sudden a former student comes up and they realize the just terror they were. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for that, man.
Well, thank you very much. It was
So was
hard.
there a question in there for us?
Yeah. Have you guys ever had to deny something?
I had to deny something.
No,
I'm
I
sure
don't
you
deny things like that. I like when I'm thinking of that, I less outright denial and more trying to give context to what I actually meant.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way. It came out
Right.
wrong, or it came out, in a tone that was incorrect.
Which
or
is what I
whatever.
think happened in this Anthony Edwards thing. And I think that's why he's denying it, because I think it's being taken a different way.
Yeah. I don't know if
I think it's only being taken in a positive way. Am I wrong?
I don't think it's taken in a. I don't think anybody on the USA team is going like, but I thought I was as good as Kobe.
I thought I'm Kobe.
No,
So-
he's saying, he tried to make me come off the bench, but there's no Kobe out there. Like he's saying, like, why would he make me come off the bench? Calling out his head coach. That's how it's being taken.
No. I don't think that's real.
Yeah,
No.
that is how it's being taken.
They talked about it on the Hoop Collective. It's not being. They didn't put it out there like that. I didn't take it like that.
Okay. I mean, that's
how
how
Edwards
I
is out there
denying.
denying it, though. If Edwards is denying
Yeah.
it, then he
Yeah.
took it some way,
Right.
some kind of way.
Right.
I think there's just part of like this is the challenge, but also what's really cool about these national teams is Dwayne Wade, who is a Hall of Fame basketball player, had to take a bench position,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what is unique, but also challenging.
He was also
about it.
coming off injury
Yeah, for sure.
for that
But
particular run.
he still was also maybe. I think he led the team in scoring or something that run. But
He was
the point I'm trying to make. He was.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is that to take a collection of guys, like this is the best of the best, usually, not necessarily this round, but to take these guys who have never, ever had to take a relegated position on a team and to expect them to coexist is what one of the challenges were.
Yeah, for sure. But they know that. I mean, there's 15 starters going, or however many there are.
Yeah,
Like there can only be 5.
I understand, but it's still there's no way it's not something.
Yeah,
Like the other night, they played Germany. Well, Jalen Brunson, who's been the starting point guard and leader of this team,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't play in the closing minutes, like crunch time, because Tyrese Halliburton is playing better in this moment.
Right.
And it's like, how do you just I just think there's something where we got to at least celebrate the fact that these guys are able to check their egos.
Well, that's why we always had hope for Carmelo Anthony, because of what he would do in these
Olympic Melo.
tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Olympics and he played on FIBA tournaments too, right? Or he played in them.
Yeah, I think they all did. I think you had to in order to be on the Olympic
Oh,
team.
that's right.
Because guys used to just like sit out and
Yeah.
not be a part of the program up until the Olympics, and then would just hop on in the Olympics.
But that's why you could like look at Carmelo and be like, oh, he could extend his career
Yeah.
because of how different he played in these international games.
But
Coming
then
off the
He
bench.
tried in Portland, but it wasn't. He didn't have it anymore.
Yeah, it was too late. Okay. Anything else? Hey, Riddles in the chat says that Josh Giddey joined LeBron James. Why is this not going up? Joined LeBron James as the only player with 10 plus points, 5 plus assists, 5 plus rebounds in their first FIBA World Cup game in the 21st century.
Wow. Really?
Yep. So there you go.
Well, that just continues the Josh Giddey is just like LeBron James path.
Yeah,
That's
Same player.
That's what everybody says.
Because his rookie year, he had another thing that was like, LeBron's only done this with the points, rebounds, assists rookie year.
Yeah. Fast, youngest triple double boy,
Wow.
Josh Giddey.
wow.
Okay. Oh wait, where is this?
Jimmy.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
First time. All right. let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna do some Twitter questions.
We're going to do Jay's segment. Jay calls it like he sees it.
That's me.
And we're back after that quick break. It's time for some Twitter questions.
Twitter questions. You got questions and you ask them on Twitter. Now we answer them for you. This is Twitter questions. Now let's get down to it.
Our first Twitter question comes from Zach D. He wants to know, do you think part of the Thunder's philosophy long term will be extending the core roster, build a deep team with good players all the way down the roster, consistently playing 11 plus guys to keep fresh and save wear and tear?
Yeah, you've seen that they have done it in the past. They will do it again. Mark's going to play everyone.
I think it gets more difficult as your team gets good
And more expensive.
and more expensive. I think it's really hard to maintain something like that. I think in these years it's pretty easy, but when you're there's pressure for you to win, I don't think you're playing like 13 guys in the playoffs, you know?
No.
No, not in the playoffs. But I think the point of this question is, do they have such a deep roster, and is Mark going to play these guys in such a way to like save some minutes on some of the
I mean,
best guys?
ideally, yes. Some of these guys aren't going to want to take on, like, if they're that good, take on
Yeah.
some like bit role at the end of, you know, if you're like the 14th man on the roster. But ideally, yes. Like, you have these rookies that are developing that can also play. It'd be great. I think that'd be great. Also, it's like an ideal world as well, you know.
You don't
So-
think that they'll play 6 guys off the bench?
I mean, I think they will definitely try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's just been times in the past where, you know, the Thunder haven't been able to do that, but they also have never had this many picks. I think we're entering into a little bit of like this is not territory the Thunder have necessarily been in before, or really many NBA teams have been in before, where teams have had this many picks and have already hit on the guys that they have. You know, there are players that, and this like goes into like the whole roster crunch like discussion, is there are players that are waivable, cuttable, whatever on this roster right now. After next year's draft, where maybe they get 2 or 3 guys, and then the next year they get 2 or 3 more picks, and they keep adding, will that necessarily be the case?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It still could be, because like guys that are chosen 12th overall can be, you know, traded or waived or whatever, not be very good. But I'm just curious to see how this continues to play out, because they have a really nice roster. Nobody's pouncing at all on any of the guys that they've waived so far. And I just wonder what it looks like moving forward, you know, with these extra picks that are coming in. Because like one way that you guard against being like crazy expensive is you have rookie scale deals
Mm-hmm.
that just extend out. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what it looks like. Ideally, yes. The answer is yes. They would love to just have 14 guys that they can play and they feel confident with. But that's also kind of an ideal world a little bit.
Yeah. I think we need to do a roster crunch again next week. Every 3 weeks we do roster crunch.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
Oh, okay.
I'm done talking about the crunch.
There's
Done.
been a bunch of crunch.
There's been a bunch of crunch. At Josh Morrison 77, can you please overlay that giddy defensive possession Andrew posted with the giddy audio? But seriously, which is more important this year? Josh becoming a more competent defender or a league average 3-point shooter?
3-point shooting, man. I don't know why I can't think otherwise about it, but if he could develop a consistent 3-point shot, I mean, that's substantial.
What's more important, though?
I think shooting is more important. I think he's already like not an awful defender just because he's super smart and he's really strong.
Yeah.
And I think that he can figure out a way to hold his own. So
He gets
yeah.
lost sometimes, like trying to be kind of. And the way I've seen it, it looks like it's kind of trying to be everywhere at the same time.
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
he looks great, like that possession. He looked great in FIBA, and then there's other possessions where he's doing the same stuff, like you're talking about, where he gets
Somebody
a little bit lost.
backdoor cuts, and he's up playing kind of too high or whatever.
Yeah, he's 20 years old. You know, he's 20 years old. He's gonna get better at defense, certainly. Like that just kind of happens. Like if you're in the league and you're competitive and you want to get better, you will get better at defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like JJ Redick got better at defense, you know, as his career went on because he figured out how to play. He was never like some like stellar defender, but he was.
Steph's the same way.
Steph has gotten a ton better. So I think he will become a better defender. League average 3-point shooters, like that's a whole different story. Like the shot, I'm still like a little concerned that it's not going to get there, but
Yeah,
you know, it'd be great if it did. I think this team would like be a true title contender if he became like a shooter that you had to defend.
Yeah.
Because you have Shea and like J-Dub is going to be a shooter. I think Chet will shoot. And if Giddey can shoot too, that'd be insane.
Do you think it's easier to be a league average shooter if you're taking 8 threes a night or 3 threes a night?
I don't know.
Like, are you picky or are you just putting them up when they're there? You know, like I know we talk about volume shooters and like Dort's a guy you look at who takes he took a little bit less, but he can take some threes.
Well, he takes a ton of threes.
And I'm wondering if that hurts or helps. And it
He takes a
probably
ton of threes.
depends on the guy and their role and what position and are they just constantly being left open? But like I think sometimes it's bad if you're just always left open and you take the three instead of just putting the ball down and driving sometimes too.
Yeah.
That puts
sure-
pressure on the defense too, you know?
I'm sure there's statistical evidence out there somewhere that would. I would assume that a higher volume would give you a higher likelihood for a better percentage.
For these guys at this level, right?
You would think,
Yeah.
you know, like if you're shooting 7 shots, then you've only got to make 3, and it becomes versus if you're shooting 3 shots, you know, I don't know.
But it's like you're only taking 3 shots because they're the wide open.
Yep.
The obvious,
Yeah.
you should take this.
Ludor took 409 threes last year.
Yo.
How many times has Kevin Durant taken more than that in his career?
Oh, God. Is it 0?
It's not 0.
Okay. 3.
It's 4.
4.
4 times. 3 in Oklahoma City, once in Golden State, and then the rest were less than that.
Yeah, that's changed for sure in his career just because he can get to his spots.
I mean, that is insanity.
Yeah, I know. I know. His rookie season, he took half the number of threes that Dort took last year. He took 200, and it was a different league. You know, the league was way, way different.
Can you look at Booker last year?
Booger?
Booger.
Yep, I can look at Booger.
Because I'm like, Phoenix is one of those teams where you think of them as like shooting well from 3.
They just exist in the mid range.
Yeah, they do. But like they have guys that you think of as 3-point shooters, and they just don't take as many as you think.
Yeah,
they would.
Book took
almost
100 less threes
Yeah.
than Dort last year.
Yeah, that's bonkers. That's Booker's.
That's boogers. Yeah, he's only done that. He's only taken more than Dort did last year 3 times in his career. No, 2 times in his career. Yeah, in 18, 19, and then 21, 22.
Wow.
So there you go. There's a stat for you.
So I don't know if that helps answer our question or not.
There's a stat that you didn't ask for,
But you got it.
but you got it. Yeah, Dort has 409. Last year's the most he's ever taken. 391 the year prior. 329 the year before that, and then in 36 games in his rookie season, he took 100.
I guess the question is around Josh Giddey specifically. So I'll ask you guys: would you rather him shoot? What is league average right now?
It's like probably 34 or 35%.
Okay,
He's not far.
He's not far.
32 last year, right?
It's a game of inches.
And if he
Something.
advances, I think season 1 was 27 or 28. Season 2, 32. Like, he takes just 2% points more.
Every year,
He'll
eventually,
be 100%.
he's going to get to 100%.
This is why it's so great that he's only 20. He's got 10 years till
Done a
he's
lot of
30.
time.
Think about that. 2% every year.
Yeah,
that's
He's going to be
20%.
shooting,
Something like 69%.
50% from the 3.
he's 26% his rookie year.
But would you
32%
rather
last
him
year.
next year if he's shooting 35%? Would you rather him take 8 threes or 4 threes? Because with his game specifically, I'm thinking 4.
Ah, man, I don't know. Anytime you can clear the lane for
But total shot attempts don't change.
He's taken 14.7. That's before Chet. BC.
Okay. So more than half of those are threes. I wouldn't like that.
I'm all in. I mean, if you're playing the math game, I'd rather him if he's shooting that. And people, the thing about it is, are other teams defending him? Do they care that he's shooting it? If they don't care that he's shooting it and he's shooting 8 threes, then that's a problem.
Yeah, I just
It's
think
all about what bends the defense. Because if he's not bending the defense and he is just Andre Robertsoning his way to 35%, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody cared when the ball swung, and it happened all the time. I mean, it was a frustrating thing to watch. Was the ball would swing, and you had these like super duper stars on your team, and the ball would swing to Andre in the corner, and it would hit his hands, and it would stick, and you knew that he had to shoot it, but the entire defense just got ready to rebound.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 guys just got ready to rebound, and if that's how they treat Giddey, I don't care what percentage he hits. That kills your offense.
Yeah.
That kills the flow of what you're trying to do. Now, if it hits his hands and there's a closeout, then I don't care if he shoots 34%. Like, yeah, take 8 threes.
I guess I'm thinking of like, does it affect shot point creation too much? But if he's making them, I mean, a guy like Giddey who's so good at getting others involved and just getting in the lane, and that floater's going to be better, and him finishing at the rim's going to be better, and him getting Chet involved in pick and rolls is going to be better. All that stuff, right? Like, which one is going to affect the team positively? And I guess the math would work out. I don't know. At 35%, would it work out?
Yeah.
It would?
Yeah.
Okay, well then take 8.
Yeah, I'd take more threes. I mean, that's like always the answer. If you're making them, and if teams will guard you, then the answer is take more.
And 35% is enough for you to
take more.
To say, okay.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
What do you think Booger's shooting?
37? 38?
I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, he shot 35% last year.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a 35.6% three-point shooter for his career.
Really?
Yep, on 5.8 attempts.
Wow, his reputation really boosts that number up in my head.
Yeah, he's only shot 38% or more twice in his career. But teams guard him.
Yeah.
And that's why you think he's good.
Yeah.
It's because teams are all over him. Do not want him to have an open shot.
Well, and he can just have those games where he doesn't miss.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the playoffs, he was unbelievable. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have these reputations as shooters, and where they're at percentage-wise is not there. What did Trae Young shoot for his career? Thought of as a three-point shooter, yes.
Yes. 36?
35.1% from 3.
Wow.
On 7 attempts last year. He was 33.5% from 3.
But I guess it does go back to like what threes are he is he shooting?
Yeah.
And when?
Yeah, I mean that matters definitely.
Yeah.
But 35% is enough. It's just, are you bending the defense?
Right.
Because if he is, he's not going to get caught up in this, like, I need to like get mine kind of thing. Like, he's a team player, and he knows what the right decision is. And if the right decision ends up being shoot it, he's going to shoot it. Like, he's a very, very smart player that I think is going to help this team win basketball games.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just think Josh is going to do the right thing with regards to like taking more shots. He is also, one thing that he's been doing in FIBA, and that it seems intentional, is getting to the free throw line a lot more. He took 7 free throws in today's game. I guess this morning's game.
See, that's great too. That's an aspect I
That
didn't think about.
That's always the difference with
Yeah.
these players. J-Dub's going to need to do it too. But like, that was the difference with Shea between him becoming a really good player to a star and to a superstar, is that he shot 10 free throws per game last year.
Yeah. At 90%.
90%. That's how he got there. Like, that's how he became the superstar, is that every night he just gets 10 points a night,
Right.
just added to whatever. And that's how you score 30 points a night. Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
With the clock stopped.
yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if that answers the question
I think it was a good
that
discussion.
we were given. Okay, at Medicine Clam, he wants to know, which of the following leaps would make the biggest jump in OKC ceiling for next season, regular season and playoffs? Rank them. Shea goes from All-NBA to MVP. J-Dub to All-Star. Giddey to All-Star. Chet, Rookie of the Year. Dort, Defensive Player of the Year. Kaysen, First Team All-Rookie. Oos, Most Improved Player. This is a lot. What would be the most important one for you guys to give this team like a higher ceiling? I think that it's either Josh or J-Dub becoming an all-star is like definitely the next one. Because like Shea had an MVP caliber season last year, you know. And as far as like raising the ceiling, we saw like Russ won the MVP and it didn't necessarily like raise the ceiling.
Yeah, it's not the Shea one. I'm split between obviously the 3 following ones: J-Dub All-Star, Giddey All-Star, Chet Rookie of the Year, plus second team All Defense league wide. I'm probably Chet. I think Chet.
Like Chet just being like this,
Yeah,
insane,
really good,
like monster, better than Wemby in year one kind of thing.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean that would change a lot of things.
Because, like you said, Shea already is having MVP caliber years.
Yeah, he had one
All right.
last year.
So now throw another guy in. J-Dub and Giddey, even if they're not all-stars, they're going to be up there.
They're
Their
good
games
players.
are going to be improved.
Top 100 players.
So you throw in another monster, like you guys were saying.
Yeah,
That's just a different thing.
Also, like, what does it look like if Usman Jang is the most improved player?
Dramatic improvement from year 1 to year 2.
Like, what if like
if he plays like he did towards the end of summer league and he's getting 20 minutes a game? I mean, that's a huge deal for this team. And I mean, obviously, I don't know.
If Us became the most improved player, what would have to happen is that he would probably have to slide into the starting lineup at the 4. And then you put Dort on the bench. And then your starting lineup is just like giant.
Yeah.
And versatile like that. I mean, that is, we talk about like replacements like for Dort as like, you know, Kaysen or whoever.
No, it makes more sense exactly.
But
like
if
you said.
Us slid
everybody
in and your lineup is Shea, Giddey, J-Dub, Us, and Chet, Us is going to have to like make such a massive improvement for that to be an actual reality. Like, this is like total fan fiction, you know, thunder right now. But if something like that, if that happened, like that is the positionless, you know, everybody can do everything kind of lineup. And that, I mean, that would be insane. Also, like if Us became a starter, if he just became a starter in the league, that draft is going to go down as like one of the greatest drafts ever
Also-
for any team.
Think about this. This means he's averaging like 16 plus points a game.
If Usman Jang,
Let me go over the last most improved.
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
Okay.
Please do.
Laurie Markkinen, 25. John Morant, 27. I'm doing points per game. Julius Randle, 24. Brandon Ingram, 23. Pascal Siakam, 17. And then it's 23, 23, 20. So that level of player for Usman Jang, maybe there's an argument there.
If Us came in and was like 19, 7 and 5 or something.
Oh my God, 5 assists with it?
I mean, if Us is going to score 19 points per game, he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. He's going to have probably 5 assists a game.
Why is he having the ball?
Although, yeah, I was about to say, based on what you just said, I think it actually would have the most detriment to this team's leap, because that would mean that somebody or some bodies are hurt.
Yeah, they're in the hospital. 3 of them.
Like, well, Shane Giddy are out for 20
And
games. Give the ball to Oos.
He would just have to emerge as just a better player.
Than both of them.
Yeah.
No. I think Chet's the piece. We've been saying this for a while. Chet's the piece.
Yeah. At New York, Oklahoma. In 3 years, who's the Thunder's biggest rival?
Grizzlies.
Tayshaun?
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah, it'd be fun to reignite that rivalry.
It's kind of fun that both them and San Antonio are the teams that you're looking at and going, man, in 4 years.
Yeah, it's true.
Portland,
be
I
San
mean, Portland
Antonio,
could be
too.
back there a little bit too.
Yeah,
Scoot, Shaden Sharp, whoever they get in the next couple drafts.
they're still a long ways away.
If Chet and Wemby both stay healthy and both become who everyone thinks they're going to become,
Yeah,
that might be one too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Spurs.
definitely. Yeah, Spurs could be one.
Yeah.
At Masaka Tatata. I was in the arena.
What a wonderful phrase.
I'm sorry. There's just
No, I think you did it.
I think I'm like
Masataka. Yeah.
I was in the arena for Australia-France game in Tokyo and realized that Jack White is good. If he remains on the roster, who would be the odd man out?
Roster crunch.
Roster crunch time.
Roster crunch.
Let's talk roster crunch.
You went, I saw you were trying to think of what button can I
I
press
did,
right now?
and so I just made a chomping noise.
We probably just need a roster crunch button.
Crunch.
crunch. I think that probably Jeremiah would be gone. I think it'd honestly probably be Trey Mann that like had to be traded.
Wow.
I think that he would, you get like some kind of like nice second round pick for Trey.
Yeah,
He
we
gets to
need
go
some more
somewhere else.
second round picks, man.
Yeah, they don't have
Yeah, what are we going to do in our future?
Why not? They're gonna have a pick crunch.
Okay. That's probably who I think there's definitely a world where Trey is here at the start of the season. But if Jack is really good, then they probably have to make room it'd probably be JRE, Oladipo, and Trey Mann. Do you think?
How many? They have
They have 3 cuts to make.
3 cuts to make. Good to know. Yeah,
Or trades. Whatever. Like last year, they traded like 5 guys and then, brought in the other guys from the Rockets and then cut all those dudes. So, there's a lot of ways it can happen. At Byron Biggs 1, based on the current roster, has the
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Brian.
From at Brian Briggs 1.
It's Bryon.
You'd still say Brian, though.
Oh yeah.
Brian.
Brion.
From at Brian Briggs 1. Based on the current roster,
Crunch.
has the Thunder rebuild resulted in a team that could eventually win a championship?
Yes.
Yeah.
They've got. I think they'll have. I've said this in previous podcasts. This team will not have the ceiling talent of Kevin Durant and Russell. Kevin Durant. I think Shea could get on a similar level that Russ did as far as his ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
But they will have more quality talent when you get past 3, 4 into 5, right? Like if you remember those teams, it was obviously the Harden year, like what he eventually became. But
Yeah.
if you look at, you've got 5 guys.
Burgers and fries.
That's good, man. You're trying to replace Luke this week, man. I'm proud of you.
Trying to.
I don't know. I feel like the depth of this team will be far more, I don't know. I mean, far better than that team in the past.
Yeah, for sure. We always needed another 1 or 2 guys with those KD teams.
Mm-hmm.
And the quality, it's like, yeah.
The bench quality for sure.
Yes. And that's what the assets will ultimately do that they did not have in the early run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11. Those were the years that the Thunder were in OKC. Their first 3 years. So going into this will be year 4 for the rebuild for the Thunder. No, year 3 for the rebuild for the Thunder, technically, because this is Josh Giddey's 3rd year. Right? Is that how we're counting it?
I don't know.
I'll count it that way.
So like the guys that were on that team, that Thunder team, as far as like depth goes, let me get to this. So the guys who played the most minutes in that season: Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka, Harden, top 4. That's a pretty nice top 4. Then it's Tabo, Jeff Green, Nick Collison. Like that's still pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's 7. Eric Maynor, who we thought a lot of, that's 8. Nanad, 9. Then we get like Daquan Cook, Nazir Muhammad. I mean, it's not that far off. Like that's some quality young depth on that roster that I think it's probably a little underrated, especially the way that we thought of them at the time. Like think about the way that we thought of like Jeff Green and Eric Maynor at the time.
But that was also the year that they traded Jeff Green and Kirstich for Perk.
Yeah, they got Perk in that year.
So they lost 2 of the guys that you talked about. Not that, everybody's like, oh, Kirstich, but I don't know. I just remember it always being a battle where we signed Randy Foy and Derek Fisher and Caron Butler.
Yeah, that was because they didn't.
Deion Waiters.
They didn't have excess picks.
Yep.
Right.
During those years where they only had basically their own to trade, and then they just whiffed in the draft like many times.
Campaign whiff. Cole Aldrich whiff.
Yeah,
Big whiff.
the draft is really difficult, and
Reggie was good.
that was a great pick.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't even talk about him in the one that got away.
Did he get better though? Did he get that much better?
I mean, I don't know. I
don't
think we
think
all
so.
just ignore him because we hated him so much when he left.
Yeah, who wants to talk about Reggie Jackson
Nobody.
in a favorable way?
I think he got better.
I think he just got
in
more.
Detroit. Maybe just more minutes, more.
Yeah, more opportunity. Were his most important moments in his career with OKC?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
He's a champion, guys. He just won a championship.
Yeah, he was very important for them.
Huge.
in Detroit, he was 17, 4.7, and 9 in his first year.
But
in
Stan
Detroit.
hated him.
Yeah, they hated him. They did not let him be that kind of guy for very long, for 2 seasons, and then things started to
Stan
fall
Van,
off.
that's the only guy Stan Van I've heard him talk about in those Detroit years where he will actually talk about his frustrations with that player, Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, I think that's the case wherever he went.
Yeah.
Until he became what he was with the Clippers, which is just a very peripheral piece.
Yeah.
And he had some moments with the Clippers for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some moments in the playoffs for the Clips. Yeah.
But like Reggie in that
But
Memphis
his best
series
yeah,
for
I was about
us.
to say his best moment is that series.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. That saved the Thunder in that Grizzlies series for sure. Yeah. What are we talking about?
Reggie Jackson.
The depth of the roster.
The depth of the roster. Yeah. I mean, they definitely are going to. I mean, it remains to be seen whether they can be a championship contender. But the rebuild has gone about as well as possible to this point. And now it's up to the guys that are on the roster to get better and to become those kind of guys. All right. Are you guys miffed and are you guys peeved?
Miffed and peeved.
Anybody miffed and peeved?
All right, now I'm Gene Bead right now.
Yep.
Just in life, just things are going okay.
That's
That's
great.
good.
That's
You
We
great.
almost passed out yesterday,
That's
but
great.
Yeah, that's just the way things go sometimes. Sometimes you almost pass out and throw up, you know? That's just life.
it is right now.
Yeah. Because if I'm miffed about anything, it's the weather, but we're not doing that.
No,
Yeah, it's
this
insane.
weather's been
It is
wild.
It is terrible.
I've got some.
It's awful.
I put some fescue sod in my backyard. I
Yeah.
didn't do it. An awesome guy did that. Is
Mark Fescue,
saved my
look him
back.
up.
And was coach for Gonzaga, I think. Mark Fescue. Mark.
Excuse me.
Anyway, he but I have this huge patch that, dude, I can't water it enough. Like it is
Yeah, it's
just
awful.
scorched.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hopefully it'll come back. So that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Then I get this nutsedge weed that just is everywhere and I can't kill it.
Excuse me?
Can't kill it. You know.
Pube patch nut. We're going for it right now. Jamon.
My son got poison ivy, and we've been battling poison ivy in our flower beds for a long time, and it's just annoying. I'm pretty miffed about it.
Not allergic, this guy. Me.
Really?
Said did it again.
You did
I'm not
it
even on
again.
purpose.
Not allergic
That's just
over
how
here.
I
This
talk about
guy
it.
over here, me,
Me.
this human.
I'm gonna
Start
test it.
talking
I'm gonna
about
bring poison ivy next week.
That
Rub
seems-
it all over your face.
Let's go roll around in this flower bed. Just over
I
here.
haven't been ever infected by poison ivy.
Dude, I have. When I get it, it is horrible, horrible, very allergic. This guy, me here. All right, we will have more podcasts for you. The FIBA games are going on right now. If you're listening live, thank you for listening live. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would appreciate that very much. Training camp is just around the corner. I'm planning some really fun content for that. So just stick around. You're going to want to be subscribed to the YouTube channel specifically for all of that. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it already. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy some FIBA basketball. And we will talk to you guys again on Monday.